I promised people a tour of my studio and I kept putting it off because I wanted to tidy up first and make it look like I was a neat kind of person. But in the end I just thought, well, I'm going to have to just get on with it. So here we go. This is a tour of my studio. I'll try not to ramble on too long and see what you think. I'm starting with the door, and my door is just covered with all kinds of things. It's got stuff hanging on it. Bits of cards of things that I've done and I don't want to lose. Other people's pictures, things for reference. And actually the door got a bit full, so it kind of spread around everywhere. My studio is a attic room. It has a window there which you can just see, and in this window it has lots of things hanging that are made by Tamsin Abbott, and that window looks out across my neighbour's house over there. There are pictures hanging up. There are brushes hanging up, and for some odd reason that I cannot explain, there are cups hanging up as well. And posters, lots of posters. This is a beautiful one that I got, which is, I think I got it from a bookshop somewhere a long time ago, and it's Narnia. I love Pauline Baines's work, I always have done. This is what every studio needs, which is a great big bed for lying down on and thinking about stuff. It's just slightly occupied at the moment by a rather large tiger, which is going to have to find a home somewhere else at some point. But it's quite nice actually, snuggling up to a great big tiger when you feel like you want a little bit of a rest. And there's another little window there, and in that window, let me see, apart from messy stuff, in the middle of this window here on the sill, there's a tile that was given to me by a lady in Boston who runs an independent bookshop. Can't remember what it says, something to do with art. This is my computer table, and this is where I spend far too much of my time. I need to spend less time selling my books and more time doing my books. So I'm hoping to get some kind of redress into that balance. This is some of the mess that I was going to tidy up. Look at this. It's just stuff. And there's all kinds of things. Gets in the way. This is an owl. Keeps very still, watching me. And this is my lovely, lovely horse that I bought from an antique shop in Ludlow. And I walked into the shop with Tamsin, who made the glass, and this was on a table, and it was astonishing. You just couldn't see anything else in the shop at all. All you could see was this horse, and I was sure there were stories and things tied up in it, so I brought it home, put it in my studio, and somehow it kind of disappears in my studio, but I do like it there. So I've painted it in this year's Musicians Benevolent Fund card, but I'm going to do some drawings of it as well, I think, because I want to just do some straight drawing. It's got such a beautiful head. Look at this head. So beautifully carved. I don't know how old it is. I don't know, Victorian, Edwardian, and it would have been a little rich kid's toy. It's wearing some beads that are also Victorian, and my amber beads as well, which I wear sometimes. And it's got these wheels that are just wooden with a metal rim here, and tiny little pedals, which sometimes I take these little shoes here, these are Victorian as well, and I put these little shoes on the little pedals, and stories go through my mind. It's only when I'm bored though, I'm not bored of them. There's my elephant, and he's got his foot on a time machine. Sadly it doesn't actually take you back in time, it just measures time. But I use all kinds of things like that when I'm working to make me just sit down and concentrate. That is a lovely drawing that Catherine Hyde did when she was working on little Evie in the Wildwood. And this is more of my pictures that are stuck to the roof. When I was little, my parents wouldn't let me stick pictures on the walls, so now that I can do what I want because they're my walls, I stick pictures everywhere. And there's all sorts here. There's things like this. This is an old painting from years ago, and next to it there's a picture of me and Hannah when she was a baby. And somewhere is her thing that she left me one day that says, "I hate fun." That was nice. I think she wanted me to go and do something, but I said I was too busy working. That's about normal. That's me and my first ever cat and my first ever dog. That's a long time ago, and they're both gone now. And this is the lion tamer. No, he's the elephant tamer, and he's going to come in sometime into a picture, but I'm not sure when. And then if we go over the other side, just to show you that sometimes I get nice messages from Hannah. This one says, "The gods envy us. They envy us because we're mortal, because each moment could be our last. Everything is more beautiful because we are doomed. You will never be lovelier than you are now. We will never be here again." And that was something I picked up off the floor when Hannah had been working in my studio, and it's from the Iliad. And there's all sorts of things like this zebra. I've had this zebra since I first left college, actually. That's a long time. This lovely cat face, look at that, isn't that beautiful? A small child gave me that to say thank you for giving her some books, and this is from her sister, and I love them both very much. And sometimes things get put up. This is my favourite ever book cover, and it's Watership Down, and it's Pauline Baynes, and I didn't realise it was her for years. And I think Watership Down's just been released, and it has a gorgeous, gorgeous cover by someone, can't remember who. Anyway, if we go this way, you see my studio is quite long really. So we got the steps. I'm going to go past the weasels. I'll try not to put my fingers over the lens. I don't quite know why the naughty weasels are here. I got them when I was working on the nursery rhyme book, and I need to send them off to another home soon. So if anybody wants some naughty weasels, just email me. There's my press. That plan chest there is full of paintings. These are my healing bowls, which I use for summoning dragons. When I go into workshops, and they make the most beautiful noise and have incredible sustain. This is some more mess. And then we have a beautiful box that was given to me by Scaramanga, and I want to use it as a story box, and I want to put things in, but I haven't had time to do that yet, and I need to do a blog post about it, and it's got all sorts of things in it. And another plan chest which is full of paintings. I will open one of the drawers. You can see a little bit of what's in there. It's like teasing people, isn't it? Oh look, there's wood engravings there. What's in the top one? Oh, hairs. Something underneath the hairs. Oh, some more dragons, look at that. And that's a bit of an ice bear picture, and this looks like a cat's tail. Let's shut that up. I have to be very careful because there's a cat in the room at the moment. So, we got books. Books, and more books. Useful books. Child ballads, very good for stories. Books that need to be read. Books about birds. Books that I've made. More books about other things. Some books that need to be released back out into the wild. Susie Esterhouse's books about lions and bears that need to be reviewed. Very, very bad painting that I did, which shouldn't really see the light of day. And that was my attempt at acrylic, and I can't do it, and I need to practice. More books, bookshelves, bookshelves, bookshelves. This here, this is the little bear that is in Can You See a Little Bear? And that's a beautiful pot that a friend gave me with a cat on it. Usually that's sitting on my desk. I must move it again. More books. That one's full of stories. History of the World in 100 Objects. Love that. Lots of, oh, nice things. This one. This is the one that used to belong to Ursula Vaughan Williams. And it's a book about birds and folklore. And then if I swing around this way, you'll see that this is what happens sometimes when I stand up and I'm not working. This is my chair. And this is my cat that has come and sat on it. So, are you going to say anything today, Spitty? Say anything? Spitty? Do you want to talk to the camera? Or you just want to sleep? Are you going to say anything? Say meow. 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 What you going to do? Say meow. You've got beautiful eyes. So I have to be careful. I can't really let the cat in my studio when I'm working because she might sit on something like this. This is the Musicians Benevolent Fund Christmas card for this year. And this will be the front of the card. And that's Spitty's brother with the wings sitting on the horse's back. And he has wings because he's dead. And this has got Spitty on the back of the card, which is nice. Lady Spittifer, as I should call her, because she is a lady. And there are little hairs running at the bottom. This is just sitting here waiting because I've spotted something that I need to do. So this bear here is all dressed up in stuff, and this bear here needs to have some decoration on as well, I think. I was wondering whether to give them a line between the two of them or not. It just has to like sit and rest for a while. Now there's also a lady who's supposed to have a bow in her hands and she hasn't got one at the moment. So that's what I should be working on. Swing back round again. Got anything else to say, Cat? No? No? Do you want to say anything? If we go back round this way, that's the swallow, which is supposed to be flying that way. Oh, it's flying that way. And that at the moment is up for grabs on the House of Golden Dreams. So if you find the House of Golden Dreams on Facebook and share something or like something, I can't remember, then you might win that. And the draw's on the 8th of July. This is my cat that is waiting to inspire me with stories. This is the Geir Anderson cat, not actually the one from the British Museum, although I would love to have that, but just sitting there, it's about to give me an idea for a book. I'm just waiting to catch the words for it. Absolutely stunning. And at her feet actually there's a little, you know how you forget artists' names when they, what was her name, is it Sophie Ryder, a little hair sleeping woman that I bought, and she just sleeps on my desk. Sometimes I carry her around with me, but not very often. That's my sketchbook. This is where I do my painting work. I'll show you the view out the window. Let's see if you can see that. That's out of the window. Birds flying by. Push the window wide. I have to watch the cat doesn't run out now. And then on my chimney, there's the weather vane from east of the sun and west of the moon. I'll come back in and I'll shut the window so the cat doesn't run out there. So here's my table. Paints. Lots of different watercolour paints, glasses of water everywhere, brushes, different brushes. I'm using sable brushes these days. These are my timers that I love using, which are hourglasses. This one Robin bought me, and that was my first one. I seem to have grown addicted to them. This is the Chicken of Time. She's a bit of a bully. She sits there ticking at me when I'm not working properly. But when I'm working well, I just take one of these and I turn it over like this. And then the sand runs through. and that times me, and it's an hourglass. And this is my other one, because not content with one, this one's different shape. And it's got black sand in, and I quite like that. And I didn't know when I bought it, but if you listen, you can hear time slipping away. And I do love that. There it goes. This desk should be clear because this is supposed to be for printmaking, but as you can see, it's completely covered in stuff, and a small Nicola Theakston fox that sits there and keeps an eye on me when I'm working. It's beautiful. More brushes, wood engraving tools, and stuffed owl, very patient. Boxes of stuff. Mess. This box here is full of gold. Got gold leaf. When we go down to the end of the studio, let's have a look down the end. There's a woman sleeping with a bear. There's a little Tamsin Abbott wood engraving. One of my wood engravings that I did. This is the end paper from Cat and the Fiddle. That's the other end paper from the Cat and the Fiddle. And I have more stairs down the back so that when people come to visit I can run around the house and hide. And it's a bit messy down there. Won't go down there. There's the cover from Ice Bear. Usually on this there's two covers from Snow Leopard, but they're in Frome at an exhibition. And here is a very fine object in all my tasteful house. This was given to me by a friend of mine, Marilyn Brocklehurst, who knew that I liked dragons, and found me this rather tasteful and delightful creature when she went on holiday, which she does far too often, I think. And it is a tissue box, so if you pull out of its back you get tissues. The thing is, I think she sent it me as a joke, but actually, and don't tell her this, I really like it, and I love having tissues like this because I use tissues when I'm painting. So that kind of sits there like a little, what would you call it? It's a little dragon god. There's a beautiful Cyrano de Bergerac book next to it, looking very out of place because it's very tasteful, and a skull. And then if we go around this way, I'll show you the view from the other side of the house. And if you look up there, you can see that's the rock that I go and sit on when I'm writing books. So I guess that's it, that's my studio. There's all sorts of bits and pieces and places that you haven't had a look in. There's books down there, there's more paintings stacked up. There's a mirror that's waiting to be turned into a painting. Cat's still sitting in my chair. Bookshelves. Look at all those sketchbooks. Maybe what we should do next is I'll go through some of these sketchbooks. 30 years worth of sketchbooks and writing. There's a lovely journal there from Scaramanga. And some are just beautiful journals. Some of them are so nice that I can't use them, and others I've got pictures in. So, there we are. I said I'd give you a tour of my studio. And now I'm going to get on with some work. So, let's say goodbye, Cat. Cat! Little meow meow. Meow meow meow. You can say bye-bye. Meow. Meow. Guess that's a no then.